Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Blessed Anyam, and if you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by today. So I'm making a very large pot of stew, and I'm using turkey. So this meat is already pre-boiled, and I'm just frying it. I'm deep frying it now. So I don't know if you've ever made a big pot of food, like a very large pot of food. If you've never done that before and you've been wondering, oh, maybe how do I go about it? Or I'm scared. Well, I think this video is going to put you through. I'll be sharing some of my tips and tricks, and you'll be able to just do it without stress. Okay? So I hope you enjoy the video. Sit back and enjoy. You know, cooking is a science, and if you follow the steps and the procedures correctly all the time, you will get the same results. Okay, so when it comes to cooking a large pot of food, the first thing you should know is that the same procedure you use in making a smaller pot, you just kind of try to expand. Okay, right, like right now I'm making a very big pot of stew. The same way you make your small stew, you just apply the same principle, but then you're applying it to a larger scale, right? But you be very careful not to overshoot any of the ingredients, because you cannot afford to incur a loss on yourself by putting maybe too much salt or too much whatever. So you just have to be very careful not to make a mistake, because you don't want to ruin your ingredients and waste your money. Okay, one thing you should know is that when you're cooking a large pot of food like this, you have to use a lot of oil to fry the stew. Okay, don't worry, when we are done, we're going to scoop out the oil from the surface, but we want to use a lot of oil. So right now I'll be adding the tomatoes. This is about one basket of tomatoes, like a crate of tomatoes. So I blended it, boiled it, and drained the water out. That's why it's looking like a paste like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna be frying it for a while to make sure it is dry. Don't be scared about the oil. I'm going to take out the oil when I'm done. So you just fry it. This is tomatoes and red bell pepper. I'm not using any tinned tomatoes. It's just all fresh tomatoes. Okay, so the secret to having a very tasty stew is the way you the way you go about the frying. Right now, the flavor of the onion has been infused in the oil, and the garlic and ginger blend and everything. In fact, the aroma is something else. One thing I've noticed about making big pot of or large quantity of food is that you are trying to be careful about when and how to add spices. So now if you notice, I waited until I added my meat stock I tasted for salt and other ingredients before adding extra. Do you understand? So you don't add all this seasoning, extra spices, salt, pepper, whatever, while frying the tomatoes, because if you do that, by the time you add your meat stock, which is already seasoned, into the stew, then you will notice that in fact your stew becomes a mess, right? So I'm giving you guys these tips for free. If you've not been doing that before, please start doing it. Make sure to add extra salt or extra pepper or whatever after you have added your meat stock. That way you will never get into trouble, because you would always know the exact quantity to put at any given time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Thank you, and see you in my next one. Bye.